And hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. Why the snow in the background? Some could see some flakes mixing in before this cool weather-making system is all said and done. I'll have details on what you can expect in this version, this live version of Hutch's Weather. Bring your questions and your comments to the comments section below. But first, my friends at Robert Gibb & Sons deserve a little congratulations from Hutch Johnson. They are 3 times in a row Bryant Circle of Champions recipient award, the best of the best. And congratulations to this beautiful company who has been serving our area for over 110 years. Robert Gibb & Sons. Give them a call today. Let them know Hutch sent you, and they can get your mechanical needs handled. Whatever it may be. Let's go ahead and take a look at that radar as we head into your evening hours. A swirling band of showers, low pressure located right here in our kitchen. And as it's bringing this first layer of moisture our way, we just have garden variety showers along Highway 10 right into the I-94 corridor into parts of North Dakota. Thunderstorms, though, in central parts of Minnesota. Not expected to be severe. Cheryl, good to have you on board on my YouTube channel. Thanks again. And if you're watching on YouTube, pound that subscribe button. Over 7,000 strong, and I'm proud of each of every one of you, and it's an honor to be here covering your weather. Snow, says David. I'm sorry, I said the S word. Sometimes I just can't control myself and my foul mouth. Hey, we got a new tornado warning just outside of Omaha to the west out there, maybe not far from that Lincoln area, a little farther north, but we'll take a look at that in just one moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar in our neck of the woods. Now, in the central Dakotas, we have some good old-fashioned showers going on. Minot, all the way out to Drake, McCluskey there in Sheridan County, down into the Steele area for Kidder County. A heavier batch of rain down here. Linton, Hazleton, Moffett, Braddock, all the way out towards Napoleon and down towards Wishick. We have some heavier showers of rain right there. And again, this is swirling on the backside of the low, so this isn't moving too far too fast. And this patch of rain showers you can see here over the last hour just pretty much stagnant in the same area. So some beneficial rainfall once again to south central North Dakota, Grant County, Sioux County, and on out towards this area near Lake Sakakawea in the Hazen, Beulah area. They picked up big time rain over the last week, and they're getting more right now. Here's a look at Fargo. We have showers, the heaviest of which, big raindrops making their way through the FM area now, but a nice little break is going to be pushing up as we go through. Notice Fergus Falls, same thing for you, Rothsay and Barnesville, a little bit of a drier punch of air pushing its way in. Will it stay this way? I don't think so. I'm going to leave in that chance for spotty showers and thunder showers to develop here in the lift that's created in this system as well. Now, as we take a look out towards St. Cloud, down south towards Hutchinson, we're seeing some showers and thunderstorms there, and maybe even some small soft hail in this cell that's moved through Hutchinson, heading towards Cokato and the I-94 corridor near St. Cloud. Nothing severe there, and I'm not anticipating the severe risk in our neck of the woods. And as we go down south, though, that's not the case. We have severe thunderstorms, including an active tornado warning just off to the west of the Omaha area. As we go ahead and take a look at the latest radar scan here, this looks to be a tornado warning from an observed tornado, and that's exactly what it is. Almost 2-inch diameter hail from this cell, too, working its way north of Lincoln there on that I-80 corridor. So that's a dangerous storm there. It looks like it's in rural portions of the county, moving toward North Bend, though. Now, as we go down to the south here, boy, this is south of Auburn, Falls City, and the Pawnee area. A very stout thunderstorm cell here, also prompting a tornado warning. It's a radar indicated rotation, and these warnings are issued when the meteorologists at the local National Weather Service office depict some of that rotation and believe it could be making contact with the ground at any time. So a tornado is imminent there and should be taking your tornado precautions. More widespread tornado warnings have been happening today outside of Kansas and into portions of Oklahoma, heading towards Fort Smith, heading into the evening hours. Fayetteville, Rogers, seeing some showers and thunderstorms that are severe, but also a couple of individual tornado warnings along that line as well. So that's what's going on across the nation as the active weather does ensue. Now let's take a quick look at what's going on temperature-wise across the nation right now. And it's really been a cool and gray day. So right now across the nation, where you see the blue here, that's unbalmy air. Significantly hot here in parts of Oklahoma, where you see this almost whitish brown hue to what's going on there. But as we zoom in a little bit, you'll see 50 59 degrees up here in Hallock, and it's 46 degrees in Fargo. So much warmer up to the north thanks to the fact that there's a little sun making its way through. 46 for Jamestown, a little cooler out in Bismarck. Look what's going on out in Dickinson right now, 39 degrees. What happens when we get down close to 38? It can snow. So there is a chance of that in the forecast, and we'll talk about that. And the heat is on down in the deep south. So that's a look at temperatures right now. And again, this low pressure system moving through means south winds out ahead of it, or southeasterly winds becoming easterly through our area most of the night, and eventually northerly, and that's going to usher in some of the cooler temperatures working their way through. Now, your forecast. Let's talk a little bit about the forecast hour by hour style, and let's go ahead and take a look at this model here, and let me pull this back to one that'll go through the overnight hours. Tomorrow will bring, overnight tonight and into tomorrow, will bring a chance of some snow, and some areas could see it, as you'll see on not one but multiple models here, that we could have periods of flakes working their way through your tomorrow forecast. But for tonight, the only chance of flakes is in the elevated terrain of the Black Hills of South Dakota. Northern Grace, hey, good to have you on board. Hey, if you're watching on the old Facebook channel here, give me a holler. Let me know if you have a question. I don't see many folks there chiming in, so I'm going to type in a hello there as well. So, all right. Scattered showers of rain as we go through into tomorrow, but where will it snow? According to this hourly updated model, this batch of rain makes its way up as we go towards 7 o'clock tonight. And there'll be, see, this is why I'm calling for scattered showers, continued chances of passing showers into the evening hours here in the Fargo area, in Richland County as we go through. It cuts off in northern Minnesota, however, but if you're in northern and the Highway 2 corridor of North Dakota, a chance for continued showers. Now, the rain just continues to be plain old rain out there in parts of western North Dakota and central North Dakota overnight, some moderate to heavy showers. But watch what happens overnight. This batch of moisture starts making its way and training up on this easterly flow, pushing back into parts of eastern North Dakota. Hi, Deb. Hi, Clarine. Thanks for watching on Hutch's Facebook channel there. So as we head through the overnight hours, you subtract 5 from the 8 here. That's 3 in the morning. We'll have overnight showers of rain, windiest conditions in the Southern Valley. And look at this. We're starting to see a mix to some snow in the Devil's Lake Basin. This is Walsh County, Lankin, maybe Park River, but a heavier shower of rain there. Watch what happens as we go deeper into the morning. It just continues up here in the northern zone to bring periods of flakes with this particular system, and then it goes away. A few showing up in Minnesota, and this system just continues to bring a chance of passing showers throughout our Wednesday morning and even into Wednesday afternoon. Now, that's just one model. I do want to point out that there's another one here, and as we go into the day tomorrow, look at where this one's plopping some snow right here, north central North Dakota, and it lasts for the better part of the day on Tuesday. Even into the midday hours, it does dissipate a bit as we go through. So with that, what does it mean for snowfall amounts as this one keeps the snow rolling across the region as we go through? For that, let's take a look at Hutch's forecast. Here's what it is boiled down. This is what you need to know. As we go through the night tonight, temperatures are going to be in the 30s. We'll have some mid 30s to upper 30s up here in the Devil's Lake Basin. And that's why I think this area here, Towner County, Benson, and Ramsey counties, the best chance at seeing a few flakes mixing in. That's why I put the snowflakes there. Rain elsewhere. Temperatures near 40 to start your Tuesday morning. Then as we go to the afternoon, look at this. We're staying in that 35 to 40 degree range here in north central North Dakota. That's why there will be the better chance at a few flakes in this particular region as we go through. Rain showers continue where you see the blue colors, a cool day, but look at this. Up in northern Minnesota, 55 to 60 degrees in Hallock. I've got 45 to 50 degrees for Grand Forks, as I think you will stay out of most of the rain. Tracy Potter, good to have you on board. We need some sun to allow the things to grow and allow the grass to continue to get greener. Hello? Not the S word. Okay, we're going to say the S word here. Let's talk about the rainfall potential first. Much of it will come this evening and overnight tonight, but it does last for the better part of the day tomorrow at times. Look where Fargo sits, Valley City, Jamestown, all the way out to that Kidder County area there for you folks in Steele, southeast North Dakota, southern Minnesota. Now, don't believe all of these numbers. It's not going to be heavy at every individual location. Simon, thank you very much for your report. 6,700 so far in Wilmer. So as we look down in parts of central and south central Minnesota, we are getting some appreciable showers of rain. Thank you so very much for your report. Now, Notice this. I'm going to say we have a very good chance at a ½ inch of rain everywhere you see these pink colors or even the red colors, but some will get over 2 inches of rain. That does include Fargo, Lakes Country, Becker County, Otter Tail County, Brainerd Lakes area, all the way up towards near Bemidji and the folks up there in Hubbard County for Park Rapids. You go north of that, it cuts off really fast to almost nothing up at the Red Lakes area, up at Lake Cabotogama up there, and the big lake, of course, Lake of the Woods. But look at this. Again, out in the drought-stricken region of western North Dakota, more beneficial rain out there. They're going to take it, and it's going to be some of that slow, cool, slow soaking rain, just exactly what those fields need, provided everybody got out in the fields. Now, take a look at this. I am not saying that by the end of the day on Wednesday, we're going to have 5.2 inches of rain in Belcourt and Bottineau out here for you to shovel. That's not what I'm saying. The ground is very warm. It will not pile up, but snow falling from the sky could account to 1 to 4 inches. I think the better chance will be north of Highway 2, 1 to 4 inches of snow, maybe on things like grassy areas or your deck, things like that. So this is from the European model, and I didn't even show you that, but I will momentarily. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the severe weather in the Central Plains. Here you go. 57, says Leora. Thank you so very much. St. Hilaire, a cool day. Look at this. I've got Tuesday highlighted because we're going to have a day of rain showers. We're going to have a day with some areas getting some snow showers out to the west. For Fargo, a good ½ inch is going to be very likely, with 1.5 certainly possible, and isolated areas picking up even more than that. We dump into the 30s for the next 2 mornings through midweek and into Thursday morning when the sky starts to clear. A better chance at seeing some mighty cold temperatures there. 35 degrees is another chance for some patchy frost out there, so that might be a highlight for you if you have new flowers that you've put out. And then I think we're going to get a period of milder weather. How about 65 to 75 degrees as we go into the holiday weekend for your Memorial Day weekend? Look at the average highs, 71 degrees. We might have a shot at close to 70 as we go through a high pressure day on Thursday. Looking pretty good after we warm up from that morning low. Kelly says temps look rising. Definitely will take the warmer weather for our Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, we can battle through this. Hutch raced with the lawnmower and got it done before the rain started. I hope you did the same and got some of them yard chores done. Let me show you another look at a model for our region and show you why I think we could have some areas of snow that accumulates a little bit on the grassy areas up north. For that, I'm going to switch over this model from one of these hourly convective models to one that's a little bit different, maybe a little more lower resolution as well. But let's go to the European model. Now, again, this is for the next 24 hours. It's showing the showers here nicely, showing this period of rain as we go through Tuesday morning, just continuing to push up. Heaviest in southern Minnesota, where we saw this model popping a chance for 3 inches of rain. Here's mixed precipitation beginning in the mid-morning hours. So overnight and into the morning hours here, this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's saying it's cold enough for some mixed precipitation to pop its way through as we go through before it all ends up. So keep in mind, there'll be a chance. Let's look at another model just for fun, because we're having a lot of fun here, and that's what we do on Hutch's Weather. Here is a Canadian model, and it shows snow in the Black Hills, tonight's rain showers overnight, on again, off again, and the Devil's Lake Basin having a chance for some brief mixtures of snow heading into Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. It's drawing a few more flakes out in the western Dakotas out there before this system winds out. Remember, when we clear out Thursday morning, looks to be the coldest weather in our region, according to old Hutcherooski's snapping elbow over here. So that is a live look at your forecast. Once again, I want to thank each and every one of you for trusting me with your weather information. I'll continue to keep you updated right here. So we will sign off on the Facebook channel. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you want to head over to YouTube, we're going to do a little bit of extra coverage on the severe weather going on out in the Southern Plains. So for now, I'm wishing all of you a very, very good day here on Facebook. Again, remember to follow me on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and for YouTube viewers, we'll just keep the train rolling right now. Okay, and on YouTube, let's go ahead and take a quick peek at what's going on with regards to the national picture. Heat and cool air mingling it up with some scattered showers and thunderstorms that have become severe in the deep south. Now, a look at the radar shows we do have some places that have a funnel cloud report out there in parts of eastern Nebraska. You know, from eastern Nebraska and Omaha down into that Kansas City area, some awful weather this spring, and now it's going to be a little bit more active as we head through the evening. We still have the tornado warning here not far from the Pawnee City area from this hail producing storm, and earlier this one was said to be a radar indicated tornado. What I'm going to do here is turn on radar that is from the closest site out here, which would likely be the Omaha area. Let me just double check. I think that is going to be the better radar. So let's go out here to the Omaha radar, and it will go ahead and give me some information on the velocity that's inside. We do see the bite taken out of the storm here, right there. That's likely where there's rotation inside this cloud north of Du Bois, or Du Bois, depending on how you pronunciate that as we go through. Now let's take a look at the velocities inside this particular storm to get a feel for what we're seeing with regards to where the spin is. Is it in the same area? It is. So we do have that rotation not far from Du Bois, and that's moving off to the east-northeast towards Humboldt as we go through the next period of about 15 to 20 minutes or so. So seek shelter in that interior room, staying away from windows on the lowest floor is the best. If you have a basement, get into that. This was a confirmed tornado. This tornado warning right here, let me see. Now is radar indicated, and as we look at it just north of North Bend, we see the reds and the greens next to each other in 1-2 spots. So we could have a couple of areas of enhanced spin in this particular storm. It's moved through the North Bend area. It's still very strong and stormy there, mainly moving out of rural portions of the county here north of Cedar Bluffs right now. So that portion of eastern Nebraska seeing pretty active weather going on right now. A lot of hail reports from storms and a flash flood warning in and around Kansas City with more storms on the way. Here's a funnel cloud report. Let's get the latest on that from a trained spotter out there in the Eskridge area, 5 miles to the west. So the storms have been producing some active weather there. Now, as we take a look near Pittsburgh, Kansas, let's go to the Springfield radar here. And I believe they pronounce this, pronunciate that, Nevada. So out near Nevada, they did have some hail up there about 1 inch in diameter or quarter sized, a couple of tornado warnings. Let's get to the latest on that. It looks like the radar data here is not loading up. Let's try again. Okay, so here is a look at the spin associated with this storm here. Radar indicated tornado here for the Deerfield and Fort Scott area. Here is a very clear couplet where we have bright greens next to bright pinks. So there's some pretty strong spin or shear in this particular storm right here that's making its way through just off to the east of Fort Dodge right now. Moving northeast at 32 miles per hour will pass between Fort Scott and Deerfield. So if you're in the rural portions of those counties, please heed the warning. Here, I think what we've got is a right turner. So here we had a tornado warning that was initially issued for Walker. You're still in a tornado warning there with the tightest rotation now turning off to the right here. And now we've got a new tornado warning for El Dorado Springs out here as we take a look at that border area there. So we're talking about you folks out there in Nevada, Springfield, Missouri, also now moving in towards El Dorado Springs in Missouri, and a very bright couplet here too, showing some pretty strong rotation going on in that area. Matthew says, what is the weather for Kewanee, Illinois tonight? We'll talk about that in a second. Here we do have a tornado warning for a very strong rotation, and in fact, this one's now starting to kind of poof out just a little bit out here. Let me go ahead and take a look and see if we see any indications of debris on this particular storm. We're seeing some spikes in the data here, which would indicate some very, very large hail potential with these cells as well. But I'm not seeing what I'm looking for with regards to what we might call a debris ball or whatever. So there is a very tightly rotating storm there moving northeast at a clip of about 35 miles per hour, working toward that El Dorado Springs area. Okay, let's go back to the spin in these storms and go back down towards Oklahoma here as we go towards Fayetteville now, an active tornado warning for this area. Getting to the closest radar just might be out here near Fort Smith, so let's sneak in on this one. Pardon me. I don't think it took the radar change I asked for here, so let's go with that. Okay, now that radar data is loading up. So this is heading in the general direction of you folks in Springdale, Elm Springs, and here is a rotating couplet right here. Notice it's not as bright, but you know what? The radar's a little farther away, so it's pointing higher in the clouds, but the rotation is still evident just moving outside of this Watts area right here, just south of Shiloh Springs. Out there as you go into parts of northwest Arkansas right now. So an active tornado warning. This storm will be heading in the general direction there of Rogers, Arkansas, to the northeast. The movement of that particular tornado warned storm is to the northeast. It's moving at 35 miles per hour. So seek shelter, interior room, sturdy structure, get out of manufactured homes or, big lakes area out there in Rogers. So if you happen to be at a cabin or a camper, get out of a camper and get into something more sturdy. All right, let's take a look. This is I think I should switch over to a different radar here. Let's go let's see. Love to. I can't see it. We don't want to go to Dallas. I think let's go to Tulsa. This will be a good one. So let's go to Tulsa and look at this storm from the north out near McAllister. This storm here is moving in the general direction of McAllister. It's over the Savannah area right now. This one has a report or a history of producing a tornado that was reported out there 5 miles west-southwest of what was that town? Wardville. Seeing that. Another neighboring tornado warned storm here, and I don't think the radar change took hold, so I'll just go ahead and grab a different radar here. Again, I don't want to go to Dallas, but let's go to Fort Smith. That one was working. I think my radar is thinking here, so we'll let it commence thinking. And here's what we have. This particular rotating storm is heading right towards McAllister. Notice the center of that area that's encompassed by this polygon is where we expect that tornado to go. And that one's working its way to the northeast. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for watching. And I appreciate you checking out my YouTube channel. By the way, if you're not familiar with Hutch, that's my name, Hutch Johnson. I'm a meteorologist with chief meteorologist experience for the last 30 years up here in the Northern Plains. And I'm covering some weather now, and I stream weather now. So let's go ahead and take a look. I think the radar there from Fayetteville, the data, for whatever reason, seems to be locked up. So let me go ahead and sneak over to Springfield. There we go. That one switched over. Now let me see if I can get it to go back over to Tulsa. There might be a data issue with all of these storms moving through the area here. So let me go ahead and try the Tulsa radar one more time. Tulsa is definitely closer, but as you can see, there is a smattering of hail reports from around the area in Tulsa, approaching 2 inches in diameter. And in Tulsa itself, we have a wind gust reported of 64 miles per hour. Anywhere from 1 to 2 inch diameter hail buffeted that region as these storms worked their way through and are now moving towards Inola and Wagner out in parts of eastern Oklahoma. So unfortunately, I'm not able to see the data for this storm. Let's go to the Oklahoma City radar and see if that one is going to populate with some data here for me. It did switch over. Here we go. So as we look at this McAllister storm here that's heading over the Savannah area right now, motion away from the radar in Oklahoma City, and this one's motion towards. So there is your rotating part of the storm. And again, very dangerous situation there for those folks in McAllister and Savannah. And you should be seeking and taking your tornado precautions right now. And again, a sturdy structure that's attached to its foundation is the best. So that's what we have going on. As we take a look at the big picture, these storms are sneaking down into northern parts of Dallas and Texas. A look at the nation right now as we take a look at the risk for severe weather for the night tonight. Anyone in this Oklahoma City area towards southwest parts of Missouri is in a level 4 risk. A level 4 risk out of a 5-level scale for severe weather. It's called a moderate risk of severe weather. So a few strong tornadoes will be possible in these areas. That does include Tulsa. It does include Rogers. It does include Springfield on into central parts of the state of Missouri and southeastern Kansas. The orange is a level 3. It's called an enhanced risk. We could see some pretty stout tornadoes in that particular area as well. This cuts off in central Arkansas and drops off to the green area being a level 1 of 5. And those are called marginal. A couple of storms may marginally become severe. So you're asking about the Kewaunee area in Illinois tonight, and you can see that mainly northern parts of Illinois, just garden variety thunder showers there. But as we go into Peoria, Illinois, Springfield, and Champaign, These areas here will have that marginal risk of severe weather. You get towards Springfield and Quincy, Illinois, and down towards St. Louis, who was hit so terribly bad the other night, in a slight risk for seeing severe storms. The storms will arrive much later in these areas, and that's probably part of the reason why the risk level goes down. Hi, good to see you, Kathy. Matthew, I hope I answered your question. Hello, Hutch. Thank you for providing information about the weather. Kenneth, thank you. That's why I'm here. I love what I do, and I appreciate if you do have questions, let me know. I'll try to do my very best in answering those. All right, so that is a look at the national picture right now. The day 2 risk for tomorrow, by the way, as we head into your Tuesday, has this enhanced risk from Memphis, Tennessee through most of Tennessee, northern parts of Mississippi and Alabama and southern Kentucky in that risk for strong to severe storms. Very large hail over 2 inches in diameter will be possible, gusty straight line winds, and there may even be a chance for a tornado. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tornado probability as we look at this for the day tomorrow. And this area here in the central part has a 10% chance at any one point at seeing a tornado within about 50 miles or 30 miles of your area. So again, a 10% chance is pretty high for tornadoes in the cities impacted by this 10% chance. Include Paducah, Nashville, Huntsville, Tupelo, as you go down towards Columbus and Clarksdale. Again, Memphis in that, just north of Birmingham. By the way, the Brown area, that's a 5% risk of tornadoes for Cape Girardeau, Louisville, Knoxville, and on down towards Birmingham. So again, if you are in these areas for tomorrow on your Tuesday, be aware of the weather, and if storms do form, know they could quickly become severe. All right, that is a look at your weather nationally. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Stay informed tonight if you are in parts of western Missouri, northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, eastern Oklahoma, and eastern parts of Nebraska and Kansas for the night tonight. Thanks so very much. And you can get more information anytime, anywhere on hutchesweather.com. Place for you to upload weather from your area as well, photos included. And also follow me on Facebook. Search Hutch Johnson, Chief Meteorologist, or subscribe right here on my YouTube channel. For now,